You've tuned into Stranger Than Fiction News, broadcasting live from the dark side of the planet. Never forget when people show you who they are.
I mean, and we're taking things that are, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein. I mean, and we're taking things that are, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein.
He almost seemed a little surprised. He's like, we're taking genetically modified organisms and we're injecting them straight into the veins of these children's arms. And you hear how he says it. It's kind of like the movie Hostel, ladies and gentlemen. It's kind of neurotic. It's kind of like the movie American Psycho. And you just wouldn't suspect, the nerdy guy on television, plotting your demise. He must have got bullied in school, abused. There must be a long story. A very interesting story, nonetheless, as far as why these people are trying to kill off humanity. And I know somewhere we've got the picture of all of these tech giants, all of these CEOs from these tech companies sitting at a table with Obama, literally plotting your demise, their version of Bohemian Grove. But both sides of the political spectrum are twisted. They're Luciferian. Don't think that the Republicans aren't going to Bohemian Grove. That's their thing, ladies and gentlemen. We've got so much news to cover. Don't think that the Republicans aren't going. Oh, and we got some echo in the Matrix. That's so nice. That's so nice. They just can't help themselves. These Luciferians out there. Ladies and gentlemen. Demons, monsters, all of them. Not just in our country, everywhere. Not just in some other country, everywhere. They're running the entire world government. And it's like aliens from another world. Speaking of another world, they opened up some time capsule from 1915 out there at the Civil War Memorial, Arlington Cemetery. And who knows what's in that thing, ladies and gentlemen. Really. Now, you thought you were having a bad day? Check this out. Here's people looking through the peephole, and they don't like what they see. Do you ever get that feeling? You look out through the peephole, you look out through the window, you look on the television, and you just don't like what you're seeing. Did you see that guy go by with the machete? You know what I mean? And it's like that. You see these people, they're poisoning the food, the air, the water, the vaccines, hardcore poison. They're blasting you with their death towers. And they're lying to you so bad, running their Gladio B events, killing people, trying to take your guns. It's time for a lynching, bitches. That's what it looks like through the peephole right now. It's time for a lynching. It's time for a reckoning. And it's coming. You can get all of these videos on our website, stfnreport.com, for Stranger Than Fiction News. Because the truth is stranger than fiction. What do we got here? Oh, and I know we got something in the video section. Look at all these death towers. Right where you go shopping. See how it says shoppers there? Shoppers, come here, shoppers. We got a death tower for you. Bitches. Is it safe? It's fucking extreme. That's how safe it is. And look, the girl, she can't believe it. She pans to the left. There's another one. She's going to zoom into it. The video guy's on vacation. She's taking her time. She's taking her time. We're all taking our time today. Okay, let's go. Let's go, honey. There you go. We got another death tower. And then, so there's that one. And there's another one right there. Another one. They're like surrounded. They're getting so close. It's crazy. So close, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, the birds are trying to take these things out. What do the birds know? What can they hear that you can't hear? They're much more sensitive to these types of frequencies. And look, there's a million reasons to be upset about these death towers. And to have them drone on the television and say, oh, they're safe, they're safe. Do they look safe to you? Look, nobody's anti-science, but we are anti-stupid. Having a megawatt transmitter in the neighborhood is not a good idea. Anybody that knows anything about physics and science and biology will tell you this is not a good idea. And you've got a long list, an army of doctors, professors, researchers screaming about this technology. And all of these shills on television are like, oh, it's safe, it's safe. Why are they saying it's safe? Because they've got a conflict of interest. They're being paid, right? The people on television are being paid. And that's the problem with like this tech situation, is that you've got all of these tech gurus are in fact like monsters trying to kill you. And they're all like working together, like telling you, oh no, it's safe. They're literally, you know, censoring you, taking your stuff down, putting you in prison in their digital gulags. And, you know, everything that's coming from them, including their, you know, their various identification chips, their vaccines, the whole works pretty much is bad news. They should be on, you know, the FBI's top 10 most wanted list, but let's continue on with the news, shall we? No Borders activist gang raped by migrants and pressured into keeping quiet not to damage the cause. What is the cause? To kill you. And any which way will do. Plausible deniability is how it works. So they don't want to be the people on TV, you know, lining you up and shooting you on the streets. That doesn't work. That doesn't, you know, sell too well. But if you just got stabbed or raped or, you know, something like that, I mean, that's just normal criminal activity. Plausible deniability. And it's the same thing with everything else. It's like, you know, they inject you with these toxic vaccines, and then they're like, then you get something else, and it's tough to make the link. But we'll get into that. We've got some real bombshell videos on vaccines right now on our website, fakebook.com/STFN Reloaded or something like that. Check out STFN Reloaded. You can find the links in the video description. Anyways, yeah, you know, you're getting gang raped by the system hardcore. And now that the lockdowns are being lifted, this is the opportunity for the Republic to strike back at this evil empire that has tried to destroy it. You know, this is like a hostile takeover by, you know, these Luciferians, demons. Quite literally demons, ladies and gentlemen. They want to chip you with their mark of the beast, and they're passing laws like HR 666. Be sure to check out that pentagram on the streets of DC. Check out 666 Fifth Avenue. Check out Lucent Technologies, Lucifer Enterprise. Ladies and gentlemen, you just couldn't make this stuff up. Ban biometric mass surveillance. You're going to see a lot of mass surveillance. New checkpoints, new requirements for your driver's license, for your library card, to be enrolled in school, to get a job, mandatory vaccines, mandatory tests, hardcore surveillance, police state to crack down. And what we need to do right now is everybody needs to rush, literally, rush to the fucking capitals, city halls, and impound that shit. Take it back for the people, because they're going to use it as a vehicle to pass all sorts of crazy laws that are going to strip you of your rights and turn you into a slave monkey, literally. And everybody should be occupying everything right now. That's your new full-time job. Fuck this system right now. You know, occupy City Hall, occupy the Capitol building, occupy the courts. Get your Boogaloo crew going and start, you know, training to be an operator and not just some bitch on the couch, you know, clicking on the mouse, if you know what I mean. And, you know, everybody's got to participate here. Otherwise, they're going to start, you know, passing even more crazy Hitler shit And the goon squads are coming. People are freaking out. I mean, we're getting reports of this all around the world right now. They're preparing goon squads to go door to door, mandatory checks, and they're going to separate you from your family. Somebody's going to go. They're going to cause misery everywhere. That's what these people do. This is the time to strike back. The Republic needs to strike back and strike fear into the heart of these fucking Luciferians, child molesters, once and for all. And it needs to be like looking through that peephole, like, oh shit, they're coming with machetes, and I think they mean business. Police forces accused of overzealousness, no shit, as they follow dog walkers, as they follow innocent people. They're like hounding you to go back home, and they want to strike fear, you know, with their television. Turn off their television. Fuck their, you know, whatever they're saying. You know, they work for the people. And they let this virus in. It's pretty convenient. They just let this virus in like a bunch of bumbling idiots, and then they're like, oh, you got to stay home forever. Oh, fuck you. You know, look, you're going to do stuff like that, there's going to be blood. I think most people are on the same page, and they've already drawn first blood. They're killing people right now. They've already declared war. Are you aware of it? Are you aware of it? Now check out this guy. I got to play this. Hold on. Was that not the best shit ever? I mean, he's just freaking out, right? Just this little puny looking person, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, just like that. And then he's like pointing and laughing at him. Just like that. Like, see, that's what you get, bitch. And that, you know, all we got to do is show up. Now, we've got some major movements in the government. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has arrived in the Holy Land. That's not quite Air Force One, but it's better than nothing. It'll get you across the pond in style. Check out the gear. Check out what they're wearing. Everybody's got a mask. And we've got a very patriotic mask. Are you going to get a mask that looks like your face, the rest of your face, so it looks like you're not even wearing a mask? What kind of mask are you going to get in their new world order? But something's going down. They're in the Holy Land right now. First foreign trip since the lockdown began. So something is happening. We had to play this one twice. Look at it. He's coming. They're having some kind of confrontation. He just, look at it. It doesn't even look like he does anything. And the guy is out. And he's laughing and pointing at him. You know, just puny little guy. See that shit? You got to watch out there. Now here's what's coming to you. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? See that? See how they just like stick their probes into you and infect you? Who doesn't think you're not getting infected by this test? And that was proven to be true with the first batch of CDC tests that they shipped to everyone. They infected all the hospitals and all the people that were getting the first test with the virus. That was mainstream press. And of course they're censoring this video, the plandemic, right? Everybody knows that word now, and they're freaking out in the mainstream media. They're like, plandemic shows how the tech giants still haven't, you know, full control of the conversation, and they're clamping down and they're using their AI to try and assimilate you. Literally, like the Borg. Those that would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Quote Benjamin Franklin, the dude that wrote the Constitution. Pretty much. Is it safe? Can we go outside? What are you waiting for, sheeple? Are you waiting for CNN to tell you it's safe, that it's over? It's never going to be over. Haven't you been paying attention since 9/11? This is never, ever, ever going to end unless you end it. All you got to do is show up. You're such a bunch of pussies out there. You won't even show up. July 4th, Boogaloo. Get your crew ready. Be operational. We need you as operators. You understand what we're saying? Stunning stupidity, they say. While domestic violence and suicides and deaths from other causes explodes dramatically and lives and livelihoods are crushed, They want to lock you down for more and more weeks. You need sunlight. You need fresh air. That's what the doctors are saying. That's what everybody's saying. Interesting little article on how the virus binds, the lock and key model. But ACE2 is not the only receptor. Now they're saying there's more ACE2 in men and perhaps, you know, people from minority groups. But in any case, they're saying this is one of the lock and key models. Now we also saw from another study that another lock and key model on this virus is from the rabies virus. It's a rabies glycoprotein that opens up the nicotinic acetylcholine pathway. That's why you hear that smokers are perhaps somewhat less impacted. They say 90% of people dying in hospital are non-smokers. Jared Kushner forced to walk back comments on the election date. Oh no, you don't. I mean, that's in the Constitution. You know, they want to like rewrite what it is to be American, and it's unacceptable. These people should be ashamed of themselves. But look, this is the guy that comes from 666 Fifth Avenue. This is the guy. What else do you need to say? Magnesium stearate is an ingredient in hydroxychloroquine. Now, there's some talk about this magnesium stearate. We've been talking about magnesium and its ability to restore your energy and mitigate some of the cyclical effects of this virus. And, you know, it's like it erupts every 24 hours around sunset. But magnesium seems to mitigate that portion of the disease. It's also a main ingredient in hydroxychloroquine. However, magnesium stearate is also used in a lot of other medications. It's a popular kind of thing to make pills with. Stearate, of course, comes from stearate acid that you can find in chicken. So perhaps magnesium supplements in chicken is an excellent thing to have in your diet. Michigan Against Excessive Quarantine Facebook group has been removed by Fakebook, right? And so they do this all the time. It's called deplatforming, and it just breaks up networks. It breaks up, you know, organization and the like. They don't want you to be able to organize a date. That's why July 4th, everybody can remember that. Just pass it on. July 4th, Boogaloo, pass it on. And be there like the movie V for Vendetta, bitches. And, you know, people should already be at their city halls, at their governor's mansions, at, you know, their state capitals and the like. If you can't drive all the way to D.C., drive somewhere. Get people, drive somewhere, occupy, stop it. And look, you got to be out there in proper numbers. If you just show up 5, 10, 100 people, they're going to take you down. You know, they can't take you down if it's 10,000 people. If you don't have a town with 10,000 people available, go to the next town and get 10,000 people there, ladies and gentlemen, and start organizing in your state. Here's, you know, Bill Gates.
Vaccinated person, because you don't want people moving around the world where you'll have some countries that won't have it under control. Sadly, you don't want to completely block off the ability for those, you know, people to go there and come back and move around. So eventually there will be sort of this digital immunity proof that, you know, will help facilitate.
Look, it's basically public record now that they want to chip you, they want to force vaccinate you, they want to kill you, and, you know, just basically implant the mark of the beast inside you. And then you got Elon Musk, you know, another tech guru. He's like, yeah, I'm going to plug your ass into the matrix with the brain chip. And so these people are serious. I mean, they are out of their fucking minds. It's just a handful of people. If we can't take out a handful of people, you know, we should be called, you know, some other country. Because the United States of America can take out anybody. Right, ladies and gentlemen? Who are you? What's your legacy? LA shut until August. That doesn't sound American. What kind of communist bitch says this? Well, look, they're going to lock you down over there in California until the second wave. And then they'll be like, oh no, see, you know, they keep moving like the goalpost. You know, and they keep dangling it in front of you like a carrot. You know, and you're the fucking donkey out there. You're the jackass, right? Following the carrot. They're just dangling carrots in front of you when you just got to snatch your freedom back from these fucking communists. Pardon my language, but I'm starting to lose it over here. Check this out. This is funny. Fear of coronavirus is on the decline. Release the murder hornets. And you might not be able to see that entirely. You can check that out on our website, stfnreport.com. Problem, reaction, solution, Plandemic 2020, or should we say 666 bitch. Predict the virus, create the virus, cure the virus, right? So it's all coming back to this guy, Bloomberg. You got Fauci, Redfield, Baxter, and the like. And of course, you know, the communists in China are on board. They boot up the virus, and everybody in the New World Order just lets it in, play stupid, and then they can become wartime presidents, pass draconian laws, and all of a sudden it's 1984, mark of the beast, come get your chip, jack you into the Matrix, and don't forget about the Robocops and the Terminators and the Skynet that's coming. Deep State, China use, here's another article about the Deep State and China working together, plotting your demise. It's all of them. Was Judge Sullivan taking orders from Obama in extending the Flynn case? Flynn, of course, outed Obama as ISIS, the originator of ISIS, trafficking weapons through Benghazi to support terrorist organizations in the Middle East, killing, hundreds of thousands of people brutally, burning them alive, drowning them, throwing them off buildings, and the like. This dude is fucking, this dude makes Hitler look good. Be quite honest with you. And what's going on right now probably makes, Hitler look good too. You want to talk about Nazis and war crimes? Look at what they're doing now. COVID apps pose serious human rights risks. No kidding. Might not be a second wave according to Fauci. But then again, check out Fauci's patents, and he's guaranteeing you a second wave. And the laws on the, that are on deck right now are guaranteeing you a second wave. This isn't over. They're going to try and lull you back to sleep so that you don't see it coming. They want to keep hitting you with waves of this shit and keep making your shields go down as they do it. And it's kind of like an episode of, Star Trek. You got the Romulans that show up or something. And, they come on screen and they're like, Captain Picard, please take down your shields. We're here to protect you. We're talking about the Romulans here. We're talking about the New World Order. We're talking about the Deep State. People that are poisoning your food, your air, your water, erecting death towers everywhere, right? And they're like, oh, take your shields down. No, stay home. Let us just censor your shit so you can't organize. Don't worry. Here, you don't mind, undoing your pants. Here, grab your ankles. No, we don't have no Astroglide. Here, you're going to like this. You're going to like this. That's what's going on right now. People are just like, mesmerized by the magnitude of the situation. How's everybody doing out there? Yeah, General Flynn case is still in limbo thanks to the sellout judge. And, you got to be occupying the courthouses too. Get rid of these judges. They're unlawful. They're compromised. Conflict of interest. All of this whole system is based on unduly elected officials. You never had a choice. You never had a chance electing these people. For real, they were just magically presented to you as the only candidates, and they're like, here, this is all you get to choose from. It's not a free and fair election. These people are not duly elected, and the people they appoint are not duly appointed. And since they're not duly elected officials, they cannot duly confirm any appointments to office or to anything else. So the whole thing is fake. The government is fake. It's not just the television that's fake. The fucking government is fake. Hello, anybody out there? Judge slows down effort to drop the Flynn case. Big surprise. This was an interesting video, and I'm sure people had their own interpretation of it. But it's like, two regular people just hanging out or whatever, having a nice conversation. And all of a sudden you get the fucking shady bunch that jumps out of the bushes, right? And they're like, pointing their phones at you, staring at you, making fun of you, looking at you all weird. You know what I mean? The creepers, right? And they're everywhere. And these are the people that are most likely demonically possessed. See this shit? You see this in your real life. And that's what, really kind of made this video resonate, to be quite honest. Now, other people, probably had a different spin to it, including, the actor, but whatever. Mass gatherings with picnics and live music advertised for Saturday. Check this out. These Woodstock parties are being organized against anti-vaxxing, and the police are urging the public not to attend. What the fuck is their role in this? They're supposed to be public servants, and instead they're trying to interject in, the conversation. They're trying to write the laws as well. We see this all the time, when you got the police chief trying to introduce city ordinances for your protection. It's like, whoa, 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 buddy. You're not a legislator. You're not a lawmaker. You're a fucking, police officer over there. So why don't you do your fucking job and shut the fuck up? Instead, they come on like Hitler or Goebbels, and they're like, you must stay indoors. You must not attend. You must not do these things. It's like, whoa, dude, you're in the wrong fucking country. You must think that you're in North Korea. Why don't you take your shit and go to North Korea and see how that goes for you? Okay, this is not America. All these people on television, they obviously flunked history, civics, social study, everything. They weren't paying attention. You know what I mean? They were on Instagram the whole time taking pictures of themselves. Michigan Governor Whitmer cries power grab. Oh, look at this bitch. Now she's like, oh, they're trying to grab power from me. This imperial witch is like, oh, the GOP is trying to reopen the state and challenging my emergency powers. See, this is what they're all like, on right now is emergency powers. They're high on emergency powers. They're dictators. They're rulers now, right? They should be addressed as, as kings and queens. And these governor mansions are now palaces of the New World Order. Go take that shit back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't delay. You'll regret it later. Militia helped a barbershop open in Michigan. Armed militia helped the Michigan barbershop open. And you can bet that, NBC is going to be like, oh, these terrorists, they're defying the rule of law of Governor Whitmer, and shit like that. And then you've got the retards next to them doing all their sign language and stuff. And it's irritating as, why can't they just have a channel for them? Can we not make a channel for those that are hearing impaired? Right? Why does everybody else have to be infected with this shit? Is the question, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody know? Check out the Marine Tactics out there, PDF. Insane LA lockdown for the next 3 months. Forget summer. And here's this guy, once again, oh, we're just injecting them in the veins. You know what I mean? He's crazy, man. Hardcore crazy. And look, it's probably not his fault. He was raped or something as a kid. Now he wants to kill everybody, And they all go through that. All of these dark-sided people, they've all been abused. That's how the demons get in, ladies and gentlemen, through abuse. We will not be censored or tested or tracked or chipped or poisoned to support this orchestrated lie. This will not be our new normal. We do not consent. Go find that and go, paste it everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that on our website, stfnreport.com. It's definitely like they live out there. He's at it again. You are being conditioned to view your freedoms as selfish. Look, you don't have to justify your freedoms or your rights in the Constitution. They were provided for you. People paid blood and treasure so that you can have them. You don't need to debate with the people on television why you need guns or free speech or a free press or to be able to exercise your religion as you wish. You don't need their permission. And the people that would try to sell you like this is a privilege instead of a right are really trying to screw you and steal from you. And, a reckoning would be a delight. Those who cast the votes decide nothing. Those who count the votes decide everything. We are living, in despotism, in an autocracy, if you will, a dictatorship. And the system's on autopilot. They always present these shills, and that's the only thing you get to choose from, ladies and gentlemen. And that's not fair. It's this little group of people, and you only get to choose from their group. How is that fair? How is that a democracy? And, this two-party system is rigged. Everybody knows it's rigged. And so now it's time to take it out completely. Everybody, associated with the Republican and Democrat parties. Good luck. I'm sure a lot of people are saying good luck. This is your only way to survive. I'm laying out the game plan here for you. Do you want to survive? Do you want to see America come back. This is the only way to do it. Otherwise, you're fucking dead. You're done. They're going to nuke you over and over again with their bioweapons. You're done. Either you take them out or they're going to take you out. It's a matter of survival. You don't have a choice. It's whether you want to die or not, you know, sooner rather than later. And at the end of the day, you'll probably be happier going out like a hero than going out like a bitch. So, you know, that's what's going to be like, you know, your legacy in the next life. What kind of person were you? Oh, that one was a bitch. You know what I mean? Anyways, civil unrest has reached critical mass in some places. And, you know, people are basically, you know, surrounding the goon squads and, you know, taking care of the people's business. Now, look, the goon squads are people too. They need to, you know, turn over these supplies that were paid for by tax dollars and return them to the people so that we can all storm the next level, which is, you know, these Capitol buildings and these courthouses and these city halls and the like. You know, these cops are getting gassed and irradiated too. And just because they make twice the salary you do doesn't mean that they like getting nuked by this shit any more than you do. And so, look, there's something probably a little human left in them that'll make them realize that people just don't want to get gassed and nuked and sprayed and, you know, infected by this new world order, among other things. And there's an obvious problem as far as how the news is being reported. The news is in on it too. And in some countries, that's all they got is state-run news. They don't have, you know, real news networks. Many people are being, you know, controlled very much the same way as we're being controlled in America. It's like a franchise. It's like a McDonald's, a New World Order McDonald's, dealing death and tyranny everywhere. And it's just translated in a different language, but it's still the Happy Meal. You know what I mean? How's everybody doing out there? We're broadcasting live. I mean, this nurse, everybody should see this. I mean, they're trying to censor this stuff so bad. They don't want people to know what they're doing in these hospitals. And it's like Soylent Green, quite literally. You know, and you've got, you know, speaking of 5G and the like, you've got, you know, some former higher ups in different tech companies all warning you, just like the doctors and researchers and professors, ladies and gentlemen. And this stuff is bad news, you know, just surrounded by it. You know, Trump Corona timeline, you know, and they were warning NATO countries back in November, now that we know. But officially, Trump knows of the virus on the 3rd of January, goes golfing, cabinet meeting, golfing. Look at all this time, golfing. They didn't do shit. They just had rallies and got people infected. That's what they did. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you will find disorder and every evil practice. Some translations say every evil thing. Envy, selfishness, ladies and gentlemen. That's James 3:16, by the way. Wherever you see pride, envy, selfishness, you're going to see disorder and all kinds of evil. They go hand in hand. Evil is as evil does. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? I mean, we've been giving you quite a show. I don't know if they've taken it down. No, there's a few of you out there. Hey, what's going on? Like and share. Feel free to mirror. Get this stuff on the networks that we're not on, like Instagram, Snapchat, you know, whatever, TikTok, you know, make little clips, Death Towers, fuck the New World Order, all that stuff. Much love to everybody out there. Big shout out to everybody in the audience, Ben, Karen, Calvin, Harmony, Face the Sky, Christy, how you doing? Jan B, what's going on? Bill, and King, Wet-Toted, I'm not sure what the fuck that is. Samuel Falls, Hutch, and Enigma Records, Julie, Steel Series, Dean Jones, what's going on? The Swaggler, sounds very nice. Carl, Scroggs, what's going on? Chris S, much love to everybody out there and all the regulars. DK, I don't know what happened to DJ and many others that we love out there, DJK and the like. You know, you guys make the difference out there because you can start spreading these ideas in the real world. And these should all be like talking points that you can bring into the real world. And come back to our fake book right now. We got an excellent vaccine video that everybody needs to copy and share. We'll try and post a link to it on our website, stfnreport.com, as soon as we can. But that was an excellent video from the makers of Vax. And, you know, what's in these vaccines is worse than you can imagine. And we already imagined quite a bit. Freedom is essential, ladies and gentlemen. That's who we are. And that reminds us, you know, in the Ten Commandments, it talks about your freedom from bondage. And America was founded as a Christian country. That's how come we're free, is because of Christianity. There's a church in every town. That's who we are as a country. And as we stray away from Christianity as a society, we become less and less free. Why? Because evil is as evil does. You know, you check out documentaries like Hitler and the Occult, it's always the same way. When the occult are in charge, you move away from freedom, and it's, you know, full-blown tyranny, eugenics, they're out to get you, you know, they're trying to invert the world. It's the same thing. It's a syndrome. And it's not your imagination. And of course, all the people on television are going to be saying, you know, whatever they want to say, that's propaganda. That's what they do. But you know the truth. Trust your feelings on this one. You know, who's got the incentives here to lie to you? Really. You know, the people on TV are making tons of money, killing you with their, you know, pharmacia, with their 5G, 4G, with all of the other crap that they sell you. And the poor little consumer out there just wants to make sure that, you know, he's not getting dosed, because it looks like we're getting dosed. And it turns out we are getting dosed by these people, ladies and gentlemen. So they obviously have a conflict of interest. They're not genuine, these people on television. Their opinions, therefore, are irrelevant and unadmissible in this court, ladies and gentlemen, the people's court. We want regular people talking about the issues. Let the ideas compete by themselves and let us vote on it. That's what this republic was founded on, not this technocracy where they brainwash people with, you know, their Operation Mockingbird and the like. Dumb Brits love their electronic concentration camp, according to poll numbers, which are totally rigged. And they say 9 out of 10 people don't want freedom. They don't want to leave their lockdown. Ladies and gentlemen, the shady bunch, Obama, Biden exposed, sign the petition, investigate Obama. They'll never investigate. You know, these people are shills. The FBI is such a shill organization. It has been since J. Edgar Hoover. It needs to be defunded. And, you know, vote in Ron Johnson for president. We'll defund the FBI. And, you know, we'll arrest a shitload of people. Let me tell you, 20 million Americans still haven't received their stimulus checks. Warning for police, any officer that enforces laws in relation to vaccines may be looking at serious war crimes charges. This is a very important memo that's coming through the wire. A tsunami of false information and exploitive advertisements, according to Fake Book. So they must deploy their AI to clean sweep your ass and to methodically silence any counter narratives. No free competition of ideas. Full tyranny, full digital gulag, the full antithesis of what it means to be free and American. And big surprise, Zuckerberg's married to fucking China over there, releasing the virus and covering it up. And they hired, you know, the lady from the Wuhan lab, quite literally, you couldn't make this stuff up, hired a scientist for the Wuhan lab to fact check all of the stuff that's happening about COVID-19. How is this American? And that's why, you know, if we get elected president, I am deporting libtards straight to China on a slave ship. I'm done being nice, bitches. And I want some, you know, I want these people rendered to a black site. You know, Bill Gates, Bloomberg, Bezos, all these people are responsible, Fauci, they need to be interrogated. We need to know who else is involved here. They've killed hundreds of thousands of people. This is serious. These are serious war crimes. You know, releasing a bioweapon is a crime against humanity. It's a serious war crime, according to the Geneva Conventions and the like. You can't just be releasing bioweapons on people. And so, yeah, there needs to be, you know, full interrogation here. And of course, the whole White House is infected. You know, they can't even protect their own house, ladies and gentlemen. The people's house. And they can't protect the American people. They have no right being there as dictators, dictating anything to anyone at this stage. They've completely failed. And we need a recall provision when it comes to politicians, obviously. That's why we need to occupy these places right now. We probably need 1 million people for the White House. Who's coming? Right? They can't stop all of us. You know, bring your guns. Let it be like, you know, Frankenstein's castle or whatever. You know what I mean? Seriously. In the Rose Garden at the White House, Trump said, "We have met the moment and prevailed, with over 1.3 million infected and over 80,000 fatalities and more than 30 million unemployed." Those are the stats, and some people will claim to own them, but this is not winning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Anthony Scaramucci says Trump is probably scared, pissing in his diaper. You saw him in the diaper, didn't you? Sad, man. Sad having such incompetence at the helm. Michigan judge declines to sign order shutting down barbershops. It's probably where the militia's at right now. And everybody, that's your right to be the militia. When the entire city, the entire state becomes the militia, there's no stopping you. But if you fail to show up, you've betrayed yourselves, you've betrayed your countrymen, you've betrayed your country. And you've betrayed the cause, ladies and gentlemen. Remember who sent you. Read the 10 Commandments for more. Police officer compelled to speak out against tyrannical enforcement. That dude got fired. Officer rips apart his co-workers in searing speech. Fired. Yeah, I mean, this is the gear. That's what you need. You know what I mean? So get prepped, get loaded, get ready out there. What's this? Cuomo, taking a sign from the CCP, is now calling the virus the European virus. So he's showing his true colors. It's sad. Sad, you know. He's a likable fellow, like most of these con men. Have you ever met a con man you didn't like, ladies and gentlemen? Huh? What's this? Oh yeah, check this out. This was pretty graphic, so we're just warning. We're not going to play the sound, but it's like a full-blown gun battle. And all of a sudden, you know, this dude just gets blown away. It's pretty bad. I guess it's more impressive with the sound. It's right about here. Yeah, boom. Oh, man. So this is the face of 6666, House Resolution 666, bitch. Illinois Democrat, $100 billion for goon squads. Look at that face, man. What do you know, look at those ears. Oh. Big fucking ears. Did you see? I mean, ugly. That's one ugly fuck. Breaking list of Obama officials involved in unmasking declassified, expected to be soon. And you heard about the CrowdStrike, right? They've come back now finally and said, no, we don't have no evidence the Russians did it. It's like, what the fuck? That was the DNC server, right? They sent the DNC server like the Ukraine for safekeeping for forensic analysis, right? And the FBI couldn't touch it. Nobody could touch that server. It was off limits out of the country. And now it finally comes out, well, no, the Russians didn't do it. So who did it? Seth Rich, bitches. Everybody should be looking at the Seth Rich case again. List of Obama officials. You can get all of this information on our website, stfnreport.com, or on our Twitter feed. Twitter, that's short for Twister. Why did Obama tell the FBI to hide its activities from Trump? Why do you think? Stunning. U.S. 39% of all COVID deaths occurred in nursing homes. The numbers are so questionable. You just don't know. But, oh, check this out. And we said this the other day. Federal agents had sex with trafficking victims. And this is like a common routine. A victim of sex trafficking will show up to the police to kind of like out the pimp or the kidnappers, you know, like the movie Taken, right? And the police, what do? They're like, so you need my protection, do you? And then you hear the zipper, you know, come down. You get it? That didn't happen in some, you know, far off place. That happened in America. Get all the info on our website, stfnreport.com. So Birx, Baxter, whatever. Birx, Fauci have a huge, like, resume together. There's a reason why they're working together now. And did they steer this presidency in, you know, right into the abyss? Or was Trump in on it? Like, you can't be that stupid. Everybody knew this virus was coming, and they're like, yo, come to the rally, we'll go golfing. There's this Luciferian again. You know, you get a bad feel, right? Did you get a bad feel when that guy just showed up on the screen? 6666, bitches. Trust your feelings out there. Talk of military takeover in Brazil grows. So it's going apeshit everywhere. Biosciences, Greenlight Biosciences, let's say that again. Greenlight Biosciences raises $17 million to ramp up mRNA production of a vaccine. So messenger RNA vaccines have never been approved. So all of a sudden we're going to get like this new tech. What's going to be in the messenger RNA? Could be anything. Another virus, in fact. So storm your Capitol buildings, storm the courthouses, storm the city halls. Don't let them pass any more laws. They're done. You know, it's like a drunk person. You know, it's like when you tell them to go home, right? Or they want to take the car. You got to intervene. This is the time for an intervention, right? These people are out of their fucking minds. We need to intervene. Do you understand that? Society needs an intervention. These people that are in charge, it's a ripoff. It's a Ponzi scheme. They're con men. It's a fraud. And they're trying to cash in on the fact that they've infected you with their virus. And they're going to lock you down, take your rights, and become imperial masters. You can see it, right? There's no choice. If you don't intervene now, it's suicide. It's mass suicide. And they're going to try and do everything they can to dissuade you from taking this country back. It's 1776 2.0 Boogaloo, July 4th, 2020, bitches. Be there or be fucking dead. I guarantee you. Trump says that the media is out of control. Look at this fat piece of shit. What a fat piece of shit. So tired of that fucker. This is not what we voted for. We voted for Hillary for president. This fucker releases the virus and death towers everywhere. Genocides the Kurds, now genociding America. You don't like it? Go back to NBC, bitch. Go back to the Flat Earth channel and go learn about something over there. Twitter has removed 2.2 million Obamagate mentions and thought no one would notice. Twister is, well, let's say that again. Twitter is short for Twister. They twist things. The Simpsons at it again. Obamagate, everybody knew it was coming, of course. That's old news. It's besides the point. They should have arrested them 4 years ago. Why is it a story today? Canada, Trudeau, child molesting Trudeau, trying to ban all of the assault weapons so that you can't get them, so you can't storm the castle, all right? They're thinking ahead. What are you doing? You're trying to catch up. You don't have 19 years to figure this shit out. You understand what we're saying? You don't have 19 years to figure this stuff out. You got to do it. You got to do it now. You got to organize. Fuck it. What do you have to lose at this stage? Look what they did to Assange. What more proof do you need? Look what they did to this guy. You saw the body count. You've seen all the documentaries, all the reports. You know what's coming. This you'll never see. You'll never see this. You can like and share this shit all you want. It'll never happen. The only way it's going to happen is if you get off your fat ass and you go do something about it. Everybody collectively. You can't just be the Lone Ranger out there. They'll pick you off. Everybody's got to show up. July 4th, 2020, the Boogaloo. Turn it into a Woodstock at every public building until Election Day. They'll get the idea. We don't want Republicans and Democrats. They're going to try and delay it. They're going to try and present their shills and cronies. You get to choose between one fuck up or another. No. We're going to abort their system. You understand what I'm saying? Abort their system. Abort it. It's over. Pedophiles arrested at Bill Gates' mansion, friends with Epstein. What happened to Epstein, etc., etc. Round and round we go. Forever, you could do this forever, right? And we've been doing this for years. All right, everybody knows now. Now, they're desperate. They're trying to kill you before it's too late. You got no choice, ladies and gentlemen. You got to beat them to the curve. You got to checkmate them before they roll out their final solution. And we're just, weeks away. Start moving. Start preparing. You need to be an operator. Like and share. Get this information out there. Much love to everybody. in the audience. Till the next time, ladies and gentlemen, if you're